Zero connections, zero capital, one laptop. That's all you need to start a six-figure agency in 2026, but only if you pick the right niche. Serving the right clients, that is, picking the right agency niche, is critical because 37% of agencies say client acquisition is their number one problem. So I'm going to tell you the top 5 agency niches for 2025 headed into 2026 based on real research and data. I'm going to make a few assumptions about you, but don't get offended. Number one, I'm going to assume that you don't have any unfair advantages or knowledge or experience or connections that gives you an edge in a particular industry or service. Number two, I'm going to assume that you're willing to put the work in to learn something new so you can deliver high quality work to your clients. I'll also tell you up front that the number 2 slot on this list is probably the coolest niche in my opinion, but the number 1 beats it out for me because I think it's the most accessible from day one. And stick around until the end because I'm going to show you how to get your first 100 prospects identified and ready for outreach in under an hour, something that normally takes agencies weeks or months to build. So let's get going on the 5 best agency niches to start brand new for 2025 headed into 2026. They require skill, not capital. Counting down from good to the absolute best. On to niche number 5. Sustainable e-commerce. So sustainable and eco-conscious e-commerce isn't about selling generic products with a green label slapped on. The market has matured way past that. Here are the real numbers. The conscious consumer market is now worth over $150 billion annually, and these buyers behave differently. They research certifications before purchasing. They read sustainability reports. They pay 15 to 20% premiums for verified ethical product. But here's the problem. Most sustainable brands have genuine stories, but terrible marketing. They bury their ethical sourcing 7 clicks deep in their website. They don't know how to translate B Corp status into sales copy. They're losing to brands with better storytelling, but worse practices. Your service is certification to conversion content. You build content systems that turn credentials into conversions for them. You're not a generalist copywriter. You're the agency that knows how to position fair trade certification, explain carbon offsets in 30 seconds, and create short form or long form video that proves supply chain transparency. Your deliverable, maybe something like a 90-day content calendar built around certification milestones with every piece designed to answer the question, why should I trust you enough to pay more? You can build all of this inside Go High Level, landing pages, email sequences, SMS campaigns, all in one platform for your outreach. There's a link in the description if you want to try it free for 30 days. If not, no worries. So now who does this work for? This niche rewards genuine passion and strong communication skills. If you can't speak authentically about sustainability, your content will feel hollow. But if you spent years buying or looking for ethical products, following sustainable brands, or working in environmental causes, you already understand the language that these businesses speak. If you're naturally curious, passionate about ethical consumption, and can write compelling stories, this niche will fit you as well. Tactical next step, start building your prospect list. Research 20 to 30 sustainable e-commerce brands with under 10,000 Instagram followers. Look for businesses with genuine certifications. B Corp, Fair Trade, Carbon Neutral, but weak online presence. Create a spreadsheet with their name, website, Instagram handle, and which certifications they have. Note which ones bury their ethical practices versus which ones lead with them. This becomes your target list. You'll understand the landscape, identify gaps in the marketing, and have clearest prospects when you're ready to launch your service. Record a Loom video analyzing one brand's current messaging and how you'd restructure it to lead with their certifications. Keep this as your demo piece. Now, a quick note before we continue. If you're serious about launching your agency or looking for the niche, you might want to pause now, grab a pen, open your notes app. These next 4 niches, we are pretty tactical. I'm going to throw a lot of dense stuff at you, specific implementation details, pricing structures, and action steps. So you want to capture this. All right, on to niche 4. Niche 4 is executive ghostwriting for LinkedIn and thought leadership. B2B deals are won before the sales call even happens. The decision is made when a prospect reads your content, sees that you understand their problem, and thinks, this person gets it. The market reality is LinkedIn has 1 billion users, but only 1% post weekly. So that means if you help an executive post 3 times per week with their genuine insight, they're already in the top 1% of the visibility in their industry. The buyers are already there. B2B decision makers spend an average of 6 hours per week on LinkedIn. They're consuming content, evaluating potential partners, and building shortlists, all before reaching out. But executives don't have time to write. They're in back-to-back meetings, closing deals, managing teams. They know they should be posting, but it's the first thing they cut when they're busy. Your service, the weekly voice extraction system. You sell content authority. Here's the system to try. 1 20-minute weekly call recorded. You ask 3 questions. What deal or prospect did they close this week, and what was the insight that made it work? Number 2, what mistake did they see a competitor or client make recently? And number 3, what question are prospects asking them repeatedly right now? You transcribe the call, you pull out these 3 best insights, and you write them as LinkedIn posts in their voice, not generic thought leadership, but specific observations that only come from doing the work. You send them for approval on Monday, they go live on Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. 3 posts, same time every week, building a content library that positions them as the obvious expert and a thought leader. The economics here, you can easily charge $1,500 to $4,000 per month per executive. Meanwhile, your time investment, 20 minutes for the call per week, plus 90 minutes for writing and editing, that's roughly 2 hours per week per client. At 3 clients, you're generating $4,500 to $12,000 monthly with 6 hours of weekly work. Margins are exceptional because you're not buying ads or managing campaigns. You're extracting and amplifying existing expertise. Who this really works for? This niche does require 2 skills, active listening and voice matching. But if you're naturally good at synthesizing information, picking up on speech patterns, and writing clearly, this fits you. If you're detail-oriented, enjoy one-on-one conversations, and can match someone's tone and style, or use AI to assist with that, then you'll excel here. All right, so your tactical next step is to build your target list. Identify 20 to 30 executives or consultants in specific industries, insurance, manufacturing, logistics, SaaS, with under 1,000 LinkedIn followers and minimal posting activity. Look for people with genuine expertise but zero online presence. Create a spreadsheet tracking their name, company, LinkedIn profile, industry, and current posting frequency. Find one of their recorded webinars, podcast interviews, or conference talks on YouTube. Watch 10 minutes, pull out the 3 most specific counterintuitive points they made. Write 3 LinkedIn posts from these insights. Match their speaking style. If they're technical and precise, write that way. If they tell stories, open with a story. Record a loom showing your process, how you found the content, extracted the insights, and turned them into posts. This becomes your portfolio piece, proving you can do the work. Now you might be wondering, once I've picked my niche and built my service, how do I actually find these clients consistently? Because that's where most new agencies stall out. I'm going to show you something at the end that solves that exact problem, a system that lets you identify decision makers in your specific niche and build an entire client acquisition platform in under an hour. But first, let's keep going through the niches. So niche number 3 is micro course and coaching launch systems. The expert economy has a profit problem. There are thousands of people with deep, valuable expertise in tiny niches: commercial kitchen design, industrial safety compliance, franchise operations, who could easily sell $2,000, $5,000 courses, but they don't know how to build the infrastructure. The specific opportunity here, the online course market is projected to reach $457 billion by 2026. But the real money isn't in competing with Coursera or Udemy. It's in helping niche experts monetize proprietary knowledge that solves expensive business problems. Think about someone who teaches OSHA compliance for food manufacturing. Their target buyer isn't an individual consumer. It's a plant manager who needs to train 50 employees and avoid a 6-figure fine. That manager will pay $3,000 for a comprehensive course without blinking. But that expert doesn't know how to set up payment processing, write a sales email sequence, or structure a launch campaign. They know their content is valuable. So here, your service is a complete launch infrastructure. You're not building the course content, they handle that. What you're doing is everything else. And here's what makes this so powerful. You can build the entire system inside of Go High Level: landing pages, email sequences, SMS campaigns, payment processing, course hosting, all in one platform. No piecing together 5 different tools and APIs and stuff. Your deliverable is the turnkey system built in Go High Level itself. A landing page with a VSL, video sales letter outline that they can record all in one take, a 7-email launch sequence that runs on autopilot, payment processing through Stripe integration, simple evergreen funnel so sales continue after launch week, client management and follow-up automation. If you're not already using Go High Level, there's a link in the description to try it free for 30 days. For this niche, it's probably the most efficient way to deliver client results. Pricing model here gives you 2 ways to structure this. Option 1 might be a flat fee of $3,000 to $7,000 per launch for setup, and that's going to depend upon really the complexity and what market you're targeting. Option number 2 might be a revenue share of 15 to 20% for their first year. If their course generates $100,000 in year 1, you make $15,000 to $20,000 from a single client. The revenue share model is attractive to experts with no upfront budget and who aren't really sure if it's going to work, but it aligns your incentives together. All right, so who does this one work for? This niche rewards sales and copywriting ability and technical systems knowledge. If you're organized, detail-oriented, and enjoy building structured systems that connect multiple pieces, you'll thrive here. If you can also write persuasive copy and understand how to connect payment processors to email platforms to landing pages, or using Go High Level, just combine those, then you have the core skills. So your tactical next step for this one is to research 3 hyper-specific professional skills that solve expensive problems. Here are a few examples. Advanced Revit for MEP engineers, FDA compliance for cosmetic startups, commercial real estate underwriting. For each one, create a 1-page launch plan outline, the course title and 3 bullet points of what it promises, a 5-email sequence structure, problem awareness, solution introduction, social proof, and urgency close, revenue projection, For example, if 100 people buy at $2,000, that's $200,000. Now to get comfortable, you can build one of these as a demo inside Go High Level's free trial, or if you've just already got a sub account. Create the landing page, set up the email sequence, connect the payment processor, and record a Loom walking through the complete system. This recorded demo also becomes your sales tool. So when you reach out to experts, you're showing them the exact system you'll build for them already built. Traditional AI automation for small businesses. So every business owner knows that they should be using AI. They've heard about automation, they've seen competitors implementing it, and they know they're leaving efficiency on the table. But they're paralyzed by choice and complexity, and they don't really want to get taken in for anything. They don't know which tools to use, how to connect them to their existing systems, or which processes to automate first. But the market demand is massive. For example, it's reported that up to 47% of small businesses want to adopt AI tools, but lack the internal expertise to implement them. They can't afford and frankly wouldn't get value from a full-time AI specialist at $120,000 per year. But they're also reluctant to hire a general consultant who's working at $200 per hour and who just talks in abstractions. What they do want is someone to come in, solve a specific problem with AI, and charge a predictable fee, a monthly fee. If your service can be single problem AI solutions, your service here can be single problem AI solutions. You don't sell AI consulting. You sell productized automation that solves one painful recurring problem. Examples of productized services: lead qualification automation. Set up $800 to $1,500 one time. A monthly maintenance fee of $400 to $800 per month is what you'll build. When a lead fills out a website form, AI can analyze their responses, score them as a hot, warm, or cold lead, and either books a sales call automatically or sends them to a nurture seek. The business owner only talks to pre-qualified leads, or maybe customer support response drafting, setup of $1,000 to $2,000 for a one-time setup fee, and then monthly for $500 to $1,000. And here's what you'll build. When a customer emails support, AI reads the email, drafts a response based on the company's knowledge base, and sends it to the support team for a one-click approval. Response time drops from hours to minutes. Or maybe you build them a social media content repurposing workflow. Setup is $600 to $1,200 one time, monthly at $300 to $700 per month. When the client publishes a blog post or records a video, AI extracts multiple social media posts and schedules them across platforms. The client creates content once, but distributes it 10 times. Each one of these flows solves a specific problem, has a clear before and after, and runs on autopilot once set up. You can build many of these automations directly inside Go High Level using their workflow system and AI integrations. Here are some rough economics. Your setup time per client is probably going to be more like that 8 to 12 hours to build out the automation. Meanwhile, your maintenance time is probably just 1 to 2 hours per month for monitoring and adjustments. So your setup revenue per client is probably about $600 to $2,000 one time. Your recurring revenue per client, $300 to $1,000 per month. At 10 clients, you're generating $3,000 to $10,000 monthly recurring with 10 to 20 hours of maintenance work. This business model rewards building once and collecting recurring revenue. So what kind of person does this work for the best? This niche requires methodical thinking and problem-solving ability. If you're naturally organized, enjoy mapping out processes step by step, and like figuring out how systems connect, you'll excel here. If you're detail-oriented, patient with technical learning curves, and enjoy optimization, this niche will fit your personality. You don't need to be a developer. You need to understand business workflows and be willing to learn tools like Zapier, Make, N8N, or Go High Level's native automation features. Cool. Next step here is pick one business process you understand deeply from past work experience and run with it. A few examples might lead follow-up and qualification, meeting scheduling and reminders, invoice creation and payment tracking, content distribution across social platforms. Build a complete automation demo using free trials. For example, if you choose lead qualification, create a test form in Go High Level, set up a workflow that triggers when someone submits, use AI to analyze the submission and score the lead, route hot leads to a booking calendar, warm leads to an email sequence, cold leads to long-term nurture, and document every step with screenshots, and then record a Loom showing the complete process running. Your demo should show the manual process, which takes, let's say, 15 minutes per lead, versus the automated process, 30 seconds per lead. The time saved per month could be 50 hours at $50 per hour or $2,500. Now this demo becomes your productized service offering. Show all of this to your prospects and explain it's just a setup fee of $800 to $1,500, then a monthly fee of $400 to $800, and they recoup the investment in the first month through saved time. If you want to dive deeper into AI automation strategies, check out our Smart AI Launch Lab. The link's in the description there. Local service business automation. This is the most resilient, highest margin, and fastest to close niche for new agencies heading into 2026. And that's because local service businesses like plumbers, HVAC companies, electricians, locksmiths, have all the demand they need. Their problem is not generating leads. Their problem is converting leads into booked appointments without losing money on missed calls, no-shows, and manual scheduling chaos. The financial reality for these businesses is that they consistently report losing a significant percentage of inbound leads due to slow response times or missed calls. When a homeowner's air conditioner breaks on a 95-degree day, they call 3 companies. The first one to respond and confirm an appointment is probably going to win that $800 to $2,000 job. Similarly, if a plumber is on a job site, they can't answer the phone. By the time they call back 2 hours later, the homeowner has already booked someone else. That missed opportunity cost them $1,500 in revenue and the opportunity to grow. Multiply that across multiple missed calls per week, and the business is losing tens of thousands of dollars annually to operate inefficiently. So here, your service might be automated appointment scheduling. You're not selling marketing. You're selling guaranteed booked appointments. Here's the complete system that you might build inside Go High Level. Step 1, Google search to SMS capture. When someone finds a business on Google, they click on a landing page that says, text us your address and we'll send you available appointment times in the next 60 seconds. Step 2, automated qualification. An AI-powered SMS bot asks 3 questions. 1, what service do you need? HVAC repair, installation, maintenance. Number 2, what's your address? Number 3, are you available Tuesday at 2 p.m. or Wednesday at 10 a.m.? And then step 3 is calendar booking. Based on their responses, the system sends a direct booking link that shows only available time slots. They click, book, maybe even pay a deposit, all without a phone call. And step number 4 is confirmation and automated reminders via SMS or email. And they go out immediately. Reminders go out 24 hours in advance and then an hour before the appointment, reducing no-shows significantly, making sure the homeowner is there. The business owner wakes up to booked, confirmed, prepaid appointments without touching their phone once. All of this can be built inside Go High Level, or you can put it together with other tools. I keep mentioning Go High Level just because then you're not juggling different tools for landing pages, CRM, SMS automation, calendar booking, and payment processing. Again, link in the description. You can try it free for 30 days. Okay, so what are the economics of this? Let's say you charge $700 to $1,500 per month for this system, positioned as an operational cost saver, not a marketing expense. Your pitch is that they're losing thousands per month due to missed calls and scheduling inefficiency. You can cut that loss significantly for $1,000 per month. The ROI is immediate and obvious. These businesses don't need to be convinced that saving money is valuable. They just need to see that your system works. Your time investment here, 10 to 15 hours for initial setup, then 1 to 2 hours monthly for maintenance. At 10 clients charging $800 to $1,200 per month, you're generating $8,000 to $12,000 monthly with minimal ongoing work. So who does this work for? This niche rewards practical, no-nonsense communication and systematic thinking. Local service business owners don't care about fancy marketing terms. They care about missed calls, no-shows, and wasted time. If you're organized, reliable, and can explain complex systems in simple terms, you'll thrive here. If you're comfortable with light technical work and enjoy building repeatable processes, this niche fits you perfectly. And if you've ever worked in a service trade, owned a local business, or grown up around contractors, you already speak their language. Tactical next step. Here, pick either a specific local area or a specific service industry to focus on. For example, you can focus on all HVAC companies within. If you are in a big city area, you could focus on a specific industry within that area, like all HVAC companies within Austin, Texas, all plumbers in Orange County, California, or all electricians, or Atlanta business. Now, this is where Smart Directory AI becomes incredibly valuable. You can build a complete directory website for your chosen niche. Let's say Austin HVAC companies. And with Smart Directory AI, we'll also give you 100 businesses in that area. But it goes beyond just listing businesses. Smart Directory AI includes the complete outreach system, the email sequences, the follow-up workflows, the entire client acquisition engine, all built in and ready to go. You can have everything completely set up within about an hour to 2 hours and start sending emails to potential clients immediately. Here's how it works. You register your domain, something like austinlocal.com or hvacguideaustin.com, and you install Smart Directory AI on Go High Level, point that domain to your directory. Then let us know. We'll give you 100 listings for whatever your niche is, and then you can upload that data, and automatically you'll have web pages for each and every business there. And so each business gets a free listing, and then they're dropped into the workflows, and the outreach starts from there. You'll get emails sent out to these businesses notifying them that they've got a listing on your directory, and that'll get your foot in the door rather than doing this cold calling. So the emails that go out to them automatically say, I created a professional directory for Austin HVAC companies, and included your business. Can you just verify that everything's correct? You're not cold calling, you're offering something of value that they see right now. And this is the fastest path to conversations with decision makers. If you don't want to use Smart Directory AI, you can also pull business lists using tools like D7, Lead Finder, or Outscraper. But you'll need to build your own outreach system and manually create value for a prospect. Either way, create your target list, build your demo showing the 5-step appointment system, and record a Loom walking through how it works. That's your outreach asset. Again, Go High Level link in the description if you want to build client systems, and our Smart Directory AI link is also down in the description if you want the complete client acquisition platform out of the box and ready to go. All right, those are the 5 niches I'm most excited about, I love the top 2 at the bottom there, but all of them are really, really strong. Now, here's what separates agencies that stall at $3,000 a month from agencies that scale to $30,000 per month. Specialization in systems. You picked your niche, you built your service, now you need clients. This is where that 30% of agencies fail and have trouble. Most agencies waste months on cold outreach that gets 1 to 2% response rates. They burn through email lists, get ignored on LinkedIn, and eventually give up and go back to freelancing. Or worse, a corporate 9 to 5. But agencies that treat client acquisition as a system, not a hustle, are seeing significantly better results. Here's your action plan. Step 1, get your domain name today. You don't need a professional web presence before you start outreach, but domains cost $11 a year, so don't overthink this. Follow these kinds of formats. For location-based niches, you might want to do something like yourcitylocal.com, or yourcitybusinesses.com, or yourcitythrive.com. For industry niches, you can try something like topindustryname.com, or industryguide.com, or bestindustrypro.com. And if you're not really sure what those look like, here are some real examples. Pflugervillebusinesses.com for local businesses in Pflugerville, medspasguide.com for a medical spa directory, hawaiithrive.com for Hawaiian businesses. This can work for any niche, even executive directories like topb2bconsultants.com or ethical e-commerce brands like ethicalbrandshub.com. Register your domain today. It's like $11, so you want to take action. Now, step 2 is to set up your client acquisition system. If you're doing local service businesses, industry-specific work, or even executive or e-commerce directories, Smart Directory AI gives you everything you need. Click the link below the video, you get a complete directory website, and get those 100 businesses in your niche, plus the outreach workflows to start contacting them immediately. Within 1 to 2 hours, you'll have a professional directory live, and once you get the businesses locked in, you can start the outreach. And that's the fastest path from idea to active client conversations. And then step 3 is build your services demo. Whatever niche you chose, build a working example of your service. For AI automation, build a workflow. For course launches, set up the funnel through Go High Level. For appointment systems, create the 5-step flow. Record a Loom walking through your demo. This becomes your proof that you can deliver results. Show prospects exactly what they're getting before they pay you $1. Step 4, start outreach this week. Whether you're using SDAI's built-in system or building your own approach, start reaching out. Don't wait for perfection, learn by doing. Send 10 messages, get feedback, refine your pitch, send 10 more. That's how agencies actually get built, through action, not endless research. The agencies that are going to win in 2026 are the ones that stop researching and start executing. Pick your niche, get your domain, set up your client system, build your demo, and reach out. And if you want to see exactly how agencies are using local directories to establish authority and land high-ticket clients, check out this video about building authority within. Watch the video right here. Now, go build your agency.